Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome back if you're back, my little family. I love having you here. And welcome if you are new. We're a little gang of diamond painters and other crafters, and we're tiny, but we're fierce. So welcome. I'm about to show you something that I didn't think I would ever show anybody. But my husband just called and he's like, I think I'm going to have a short day today. And I thought, oh, he's going to come in the middle of my video taping and I'm going to freak out. So I can't worry about what's not done. Just keep moving forward. There's a little bit of stuff in the background. But anyway, maybe you won't see that much of my desk. I had a lot of stuff going on over here. I got my iPad out. I'm doing work for something else and I have stuff all over and I have cookies. Then I'm becoming the diamond painter that's known for cookies. Let me just tell you, these in the orange and black box, these to me are fall. This says it all. It's not the turkey. It's not the pumpkin spice lattes. This is leaves falling from the trees. This is pumpkin spice lattes. This is sweaters and hats and oranges and greens and it's just everything. It's just everything. And when you have that pumpkin spice latte and this, I can't wait to break into this. I just came back from the supermarket. I was like, ah, there they are. Yeah. And even the pumpkin spice. Like, I know people are just like, oh, I can't take it. Just give me it. Give me all of it. I just want to drown in pumpkin spice. But while I was filming on Sunday, I so enjoyed that class. I have to tell you guys, I had the best time and I didn't mind. I didn't plan anything. It was just the way I would walk into a yoga studio, just the way I would talk to my students. And for the most part, I'm background noise for my students. I am talking and they are listening sometimes, but I'm basically just, watching everybody and making sure that everything is safe and easy and it's a safe space. But, just to be able to sit back and talk and not that this is a distraction for me, but I just wanted to give you guys my full attention. But I wanted to show you here how Bud, when I didn't do this on Sunday when Saturday when I was done. I had planned on doing this on Sunday while I sat back and watched to see if there was any comments or how the how Self-Care Sunday was received, but I was sick in bed. I just could not get warm. I was cold. I was walking around with my big fluffy robe on. I couldn't eat. I felt nauseous. And I don't know, it seems to be going around. Even my little guy now, my little Foofy, he's got it now today. My husband came home for a brief moment and he's like, I don't think Foofy's feeling well. I'm like, I don't think he is either. So I spent a couple days in bed and I feel better now. And so like I'm recharged and ready to go. I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud because of those of you that know me know that I have been, I'm a coffee freak and I have not had coffee in 2 days. And like, it's like unnatural for me, to not have coffee, but I haven't had coffee. Anyway, I was doing this when he called and he said, I think I'm going to come in early. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to come in the middle of my taping. I better maybe just turn the videotaping on and give everybody a good look up at where I decided to start. I had that little question about, I didn't know which way I was going. And I decided to go for the little mouth here. And I have to tell you, there was quite a bit of, or maybe it was just me, I wasn't feeling well because it doesn't look like there's a lot of confetti, but there's a lot of complementary colors that are weaving one into the other. And as I look at this on film and I see like this little shadowing and his pink little nose is so cute. And I can't wait to get to that eye. That's coming up. And I just thought I'd give you guys a look. The purples are luscious down here and the blacks. This was a big juicy black piece. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is I found this cute little tip this weekend. Let me, which one was it? Oh my gosh. Well, it could be anyone. We have all these squishy things around all over the place. Was it this one? Does it matter? No. But if you have a tray where you didn't get a stopper for it, you can just cut with a scissor a piece off and pinch it together and stick it in your tray. I push mine down with my tweezer, and there you go. You have your own your own little stopper. Isn't that great? I love that little tip. I forget where I saw it from. I think I saw it in a short, but I thought it was great. And I know that maybe it was Diamond Painting Desk. Maybe it was her, because I know she has a lot of diamond painting tips. My next thing I wanted to tell you guys is that, look who's back. I know I was talking about this, I think on Sunday, about taking the putty out, and I put wax in the skinny placers. Now, I have plastic skinny placers. This wax is from Dreamer Designs, and I love it. I say it all the time that their wax is like a wax and a putty. This has been in here, I can't even tell you how long, because I'm painting lilac, and what I do is I just warm it up with my hand, and I smooth it out, and the pickup is great, and the put down is great, okay? So, and this is their pen for your AB drills. Am I in the shot? I'm so busy talking, yapping all the time. And again, like, I'll just run my finger across here and warm this up, and I'm good to go. Now, I took out the putty because I don't like this that hangs over the side, but I do watch other diamond painters, and they have the same thing going on. But I feel like there's a learning curve with these skinny placers. I felt like I had the most horrible time trying to, put them down. I spent like a good 20 minutes here just straightening these all out, where you would think, they would just line up perfectly and go down. Is anybody else having this problem, or is it me? Was it that I wasn't feeling good? Maybe that's it. I don't know. So I like I said, I took the putty out because I was going to be like, the rebel that wasn't going to use putty. And I put wax in, and I was just slip sliding all over the place. So I was like, okay, I got to resort to the putty again. So I got myself a piece of my museum putty, and I rolled it out really thin and put it back in. And I'm trying to keep an eye on this going on the side. But what I don't like is if you want to, like, how your drills sometimes don't align, or they're separated, and you want to kind of like push them together, pick them up, or try and slide them. Like, that one worked out pretty well, but they don't move once they hit the putty. They're on there. So that was making me a little crazy here. I'm trying not to get my head in the way. It goes this way. And I'm more of a, I'm off the mark. I'm more of a north-south placer. I like placing this way more than east-west. I always misjudge. So I like going up and down more. And so I had that going on. I'm trying to get my head out of the way here. How am I going to do this? Let's see if we come around the other way. I was looking at one of my filmings, and I was looking at the fact that my head was in the way the whole time. All you guys saw, well, you did see the canvas, but you also saw the back of my head, which was like, oh, this is so bizarre. But I can't seem to like pick up where, like, you see how I just picked this up, and I thought I was pretty straight. When I come in with my other placement heads, I come in through the right, I push over to the left, and I pick up my drill. I don't know. And then sometimes I think that the putty is too strong for these very tiny, tiny, delicate little drills. So I'm going to keep practicing. I'm not one to give up. I do like the thinness of them, and I do like that, I always make sure that I am in line with the line, because I tend to hold my hand a little sideways when I go to place. My placer is sometimes like out here. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's sometimes kind of, when you go to place your drill down, sometimes I'm placing a little bit cockeyed, a little bit off to the side. And so I make sure that my drill is I make sure that my placer is in line with the drill line. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not veering off to either side, but it's directly in line so that the whole line is covered like that and not like this, veering off to the side, but more covering the drill line. So it takes a few seconds to look, because a lot of times I just like to pick my drills up, and sometimes with these like symbols that are single, and you know, I use my long placer to pick up a bunch of drills, and I'll just kind of tap 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 around to where maybe there's one symbol, one symbol in multiple spaces. So, and I'll just tap around the canvas. So I don't know, you guys, let me know. Is it me? Am I not feeling well and that's what's going on here? Because I'm doing a lot of fidgeting with these drills, and I love my squares. I didn't like them at first. There was that learning curve, but I have my little aligner out here somewhere on this desk that is a mess with cookies and and other things. So I have my aligner out, and when I'm done placing, I'm kind of like going in between these lines and making them even, or as even as I can. Anyway, and I got my little placer in here. So where is this container at? And let's move on to the next drill. My husband not too long ago called me up and said he was driving, he drives a mail truck. For those of you that don't know, he drives a mail truck, and he called me up. He said, I got a tick on my leg. I went, what? Well, you live in the city. Only you would find a tick somewhere. There's not a patch of grass anywhere. And he's like, I got a tick on me. I'm like, oh my God, I don't believe it. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Because when I would take my dogs out for a walk, I used to tell my dad all the time, please do not take the dogs into any kind of wooded area. It was like saying, Dad, please just go walk in the wooded area with the dogs. And that's what he would do. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's payback from when I was younger. So every time he would come back with my dogs, inevitably, you know, these are city dogs that are out in New Jersey, and now they're coming back with ticks on them. And my one guy that was just like, he was a magnet for everything. Love was a magnet for everything. Honor was Teflon. Nothing stuck to Honor unless it was like something fun. I remember one time him rolling on his back and he had a rhinestone on his belly. Honor always had the fun things. Love always had the trauma. So he's like, I got a tick on me. I was like, oh, I don't believe this. Okay. I'm looking up things to do. He comes home. I'm waiting. I got alcohol. I got the lighter. I got Vaseline. I got all these things, because no matter what I do, he'll come home with his own reasoning of what should be done. So I have to come out with, I have to have all the variables in front of him of what to do if you have a tick. He's like, oh, I got it all for me. I went, you did? How? I even had my surgical tweezers out, because, you know, we got a bunch of these. And he's like, oh, yeah, you want to see it? Here it is. He hands me a 310. He had it on his leg. He thought he had a tick. I couldn't stop laughing. And that's pretty much how our life is. That's pretty much how things go in here. He thought he had a tick. He's like, I don't know why I thought I had a tick. I got these drills, these diamonds all over the place. All over the house. But yet, he loves, like, I have this out on my desk, and my desk is in our living room because it's only him and I. And my mom was over with her friend, and I had Bella the Witch in the window, and she was saying, like, how nice it looked. And he was like, well, what are you doing? Like, this is a guy that for 87 years old, he has not stopped. God bless him. He is just, there's nothing that he won't try and won't do. He's like, where do you get these at? I'm like, I don't believe it. He's probably going to go to Michael's and go get a diamond painting. Where do you get these at? And so I'm telling him, my mother's like, look at him. He's going to go diamond paint now. But my husband loves to tell people. He's like a spec sheet. You know, Alysa did this, and Alysa did that, and this one has 86,400 diamond drills on it. And I just laugh. I'm like you just can't say 86,000. You got to be precise with the number. You're like Rain Man. You know? They can tell you how many matchsticks are on the floor. Oh, and this one's got 92,310. I mean, it's so funny, but it's so adorable. He's so funny. But he He looks at me do this and he's just like, I don't even know. I still don't know what's going on. All I see is these little things and somehow you're putting them on. You're putting them on this canvas and you're making this art that's just unbelievable. But I think he really likes this one because it's our foof. It's our little foofy. I really like this one too. And I was thinking about, I really want it today. But then they said it was going to be 70 degrees out. I'm like, nah, today's not the day for that diamond painting. Does that sound crazy? But I have Foxy Lady, and she is my bundle of joy diamond painting. And I'm like, it's going to be 70 degrees out. I like to take her out when it's like, when my inner mood is a little, you know, needs a pick-me-up. When I need some kind of color therapy, I like to take her out because that's exactly what she is, color therapy. And then one of my subscribers, Michelle, was kind enough to let me know that I was kind of stressing about the winter events that are happening. I wonder if I need my glasses on. I'm damned if I do with these glasses and damned if I don't. It's like I can't see with them. I can't see without them. No, they're not helping any. Anyway, she was kind enough to let me know that the Diamond Stitcher, I don't have to have a new canvas to do her winter diamond paint along. So I can do Lindsay November 17th or 18th. Don't, you know, check out her site, Emeralds and Fairy Lights. So I can do Lindsay and I can do the Diamond Stitcher in December, and it won't matter that I started the canvas, which is very nice. But I'm going to double check that. But thank you, Michelle. Are you guys participating in any events? Are there any other ones other than the one that I know? Because I just love this community. I really do. And it's so interesting that, and I'm going to try and see if I could find it. I don't know if I saved it on my Instagram, but I don't get a lot of time to spend on social media. I just don't. And I was thinking, I really don't have anything up to date. Like I tell you guys, I'm at Alysa Maria Designs on Facebook and Instagram. But if you were to go to my page, you'd be like, oh, really nothing's up, like nothing's updated, because this is my allotted time to do this and it gets done on Instagram. But I was thinking that I want to update. I mean, I used to do this for my restaurants, but somebody else was doing the work. You know, the chefs were doing the work and I was just going in there and you know, photographing. Now I'm doing the work. I'm doing the photography. I'm running a whole production company here. So I was on Instagram and I got lost as to why I was there. And, oh, I actually found a new diamond painter through Rose Profit Designs, and her name is Hannah, and she has the really beautiful Halloween drop on a diamond painting shop that is of the girls holding the pumpkins. My God, so gorgeous. And she has something else coming out that's another big piece. It's another big piece, and I have a big piece already. I have the Winter Fox, and she sent me a message that was so nice about you know thanking me for liking her designs on Rose's site, and you're going to see more designs from her. And really check her out because she's a beautiful artist, designer, gorgeous. So I got lost. I may be lost, but I'm making great time, as Yogi Berra said. I got lost, and did I have that many that I picked up? What am I doing? Oh my gosh. And I saw this film. Now, maybe I didn't feel good, but I don't think so, because judging by everybody else's comments, everyone was crying. If you've seen it, please put a little horse in the comments. But it was of a bicycle race, and they were coming down a trail in a very lot of farmland, and the horse was on his land. It wasn't a mansion or anything. It was just a farmhouse, and he was on the grounds, and he saw the bicyclists coming, the bikers coming, and he started running. He was still behind his fence, but he was running parallel with them. And then when he got to the fence, he jumped it. and he joined the cyclists in the race. And I was like, oh my God, look at this horse. And of course, they had to play Sia in the background, Unstoppable. And I just was thinking like, oh, I got the chills. Oh my God, I got the chills. That this horse is now behind them, and he's like that sound. Like this horse running behind you, and his breath and his panting and his freedom and his spirit. He looked like Pegasus. He looked like he was going to take off and fly any minute. And he's running with the cyclists, and he's in the back of the pack, and then he's in the middle, and then he's leading them to the finish line. I don't know who won this race. I don't think anybody knew who won this race. People were just overwhelmed by the spirit of this horse. I was sitting on my recliner, bawling like a baby at the absolute. I don't like zoos. I mean, I'm okay. I know people love zoos, but I don't believe that an animal ever belongs behind a cage for our enjoyment. I just don't. And I'm looking at this spirit and this freedom of this horse, and I'm thinking, he never looked behind him. Never looked behind him, not once. He just kept running. He just kept his eye on just going forward. And it was such a metaphor for me. Like, just keep going. Just keep going. And I feel like that all the time when I don't want to practice yoga. And then like, I remember when I was going through so much of my life. Before I got divorced, we were again going through a separation, and my feet would hit the floor, and I would be like, I'm not going to yoga. I'm not doing this today. And I would get dressed, and I would be like, I'm not going. I'm not going. And I would be walking there, and I would still be telling myself, I'm not going. There's a coffee shop right next door. I'll go to the coffee shop. I'll go get coffee. I'll go write in my journal. I would pay my money and roll out my mat and still say to myself, I'm not going. I'm not staying. I'll stay for a little bit because I paid, but I'm not doing this today. And this was every day. And I just kept going. I just kept going. But because by the end of the class, and I hated, not that I hated the last asana, which is, of course, Shavasana, I didn't know what to do with myself afterward. I was so lost that I would just lay on my mat and cry. I didn't want the class to be over after all that hesitation, because there's movement in the body, and there's, these emotions that get stuck in our body. They get stuck in these crevices. They hide in our joints, and they hide in these dark places. We carry ourselves today. I'm so concerned with the way that we carry ourselves, with always hunched over, always with our head down, always looking at our phones or our computers, and we start to curl in. Our shoulders are coming forward, and we're collapsing our heart in. And our heart, the surface of our heart, is where we hold our most immediate memories and interactions. And then when you travel into your heart, if you allow yourself to do that, you have those memories that are not so much on the top of our heart, but they're there. And then, it's a long travel to the back of the heart, but that's where we push all that stuff down. And anytime I go into a heart bench where my heart is lifted and my shoulders are relaxed, and I feel my heart opening, and feeling those emotions move. For those of you that don't know what a heart bench is, I'll put a little picture down below, but you're basically balancing your entire upper body on 2 blocks. And, when I was going through heartache, and I would get on my yoga blocks in this posture that I love, it would feel like somebody was cracking my chest open. it hurt so badly to be on these blocks and allow my heart to be pushed forward, and because I was constantly collapsing and you know, crying and my head down and holding myself, and it's the power of opening yourself up, cracking yourself open, you know, that I do believe these postures and the way that we hold our body is so important, that we do take a break from our desk, that we do get up, that we do roll our shoulders back and roll our necks and open up our shoulders. And you know, I think what I want to do for Sunday is show you guys a few things that you can do right at your desk. I showed you how to open up your how to stretch your hands, like push your hands back, your fingers, push your fingers back. You could do this on the edge of your desk. Showed you guys how to do that and interlace your fingers and just give them a little, you know, give them a little time. Stretch each one if you have to, because this is repetitive work and we're doing the same micro movements. And so we can, you know, our hands can get a little tight and tense. So give them a little love, give them a little stretch. Keep some scented hand cream next to you if you like. I've been using, here's another tip for you. I got it as a little sample and I absolutely love it. I got Gold Balm for diabetics. Now I'm not diabetic, but it's Gold Balm for diabetics. I might have it right here. Yep, I do. Everything is like always like a stretch away. I have it right here. Hand cream. And I'll tell you what I like about it. You put it on, and even if you wash your hands, it's still there. And my hands were so, with the first weather change that we had, with the first cold blast that we had, everything on my hands cracked. My cuticles cracked, my hands were dry. I couldn't pick anything up because, you know, when you drop your drills and you go to like maybe pick them up with your hands, your fingertip, and you can't do that, it's because your hands are dry. And so I love it. I mean, I noticed after the first application that I put on, it was so nice. It was, and I felt like I was like, oh, I don't feel like I need hand cream. And then I read this and it was like, oh, lasts through hand washing. I'm like, that's great, because I had something that I used to use when I worked for a doctor and you're constantly washing your hands that wasn't as good as this. It wasn't as good as this. This is really, really, really good. They have a lot of different things, and my husband loves it. And he has really dry hands, dealing with the mail, picking up paper. Paper is the easiest way to dry your hands out. It just takes all the moisture out of your hands. So there's another little tip, another little self-care tip for you. It's really good. See if you can get a little sample one, but I'm telling you, you're going to love it, because my hands are constantly in and out of the water. I'm always washing my hands. I go anywhere, the first thing I do is go in the bathroom and wash my hands before I sit down and eat. And, you know, that's just something I've always done anywhere I go. I notice, like, when I go out with friends or whatever, the first thing I'll say is, I'm going to go wash my hands. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. Not judging, but I'm the one in the crew that's never sick. I shouldn't say that out loud. The gods are always listening. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I'm not trying to test anybody. I do have a winter allergy, though. That's so strange. Let me see if I could pick a bunch of these up and just put the... Oh, yeah, there you go. No, not working like it used to work. I think because these little tips are a little bit more... Oh, here we go. See, I opened this up like a door this time around. They give a little bit more. Like, I just feel like I have more flexibility here. I don't know. I'm driving. And, you know, I know what it is. It's like, this is the new hot thing. And, you know, you have that thing in your head that everybody loves it. Why don't you love it? What's wrong? Maybe you're using it wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. You know? I don't know. But I feel like I have more flexibility. And this is just a skinny. It's only that it's plastic. And I think I got this from the kit that I got on Amazon. the Skinny Placers. I'm almost sure I did. I'll link it. I have to leave myself a note. And it was so funny. I was watching one of the creators that I watch on here on Instagram, and she's like, guys, if I ever tell you I'm going to link something and I don't, just leave me a message. So, Skinny Placers. I got handwriting like a doctor, too. There we go. And I got the horse on my mind. Don't worry about that. And so that's what's happening. How did everyone survive? Time change. I am part of a few Facebook groups, and I am president of one. And I really thought that the time change was going to happen automatically, and it didn't. And you would think, like, I thought they were going to put me on a firing line and shoot me because I wasn't on top of that. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I do have officers of this page that, you know, they realized it and chipped in, but, you know, this whole time change thing, the only time I was anywhere else other than the States during a time change, I was in Barbados, and they don't do a time change. I think there's actually 2 states. I think one is Hawaii. I'm not sure what the other one is, where there's no time change. And I just think it's, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is. They say that there's a science behind it, why it doesn't, why we shouldn't be doing it. And I know a lot of people hate it. I mean, you know, it just, even though I went to bed that day because I wasn't feeling well, and Saturday night, and I got up like 7 o'clock. I went to bed like 3 o'clock on Saturday, and I got up at 7 o'clock. I still felt off. I still felt tired. I even went back to bed. I was like, I watched a little bit of Saturday Night Live, and that was funny. They were talking about football. They were talking about the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the New York Giants. And my son was like, I'm coming over to watch the game. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not really feeling well, so you'll be sitting with, you know, it'll just be you and John. And he's like, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. And I'm like, well, what does that mean to me? And he's like, oh, that's it. I'm hanging up. I'm like, is it that big of a deal? I mean, look, I'm not recovered yet from the Phillies, so I can't get involved with the Eagles. I wish them well. I hope they're doing well, but you know, I can't get involved. I haven't recovered yet from the Phillies, so that's it. I did my part. But I did watch Saturday Night Live for the first time in such a long time. And I had the Woolly to watch it the week before, and I didn't. And my favorite comedian was on. I cannot even believe that he hosted Saturday Night Live. And let me tell you guys, if you like good, clean, funny, dry humor, Nate Bargatze, I know I talked about him before. He hosted Saturday Night Live, and his open monologue, he absolutely killed it. He was so funny, so dry. I'm not even going to tell you any of it because I want you to see it for yourself. He was so good. So good. And I love when you get a comedian that's just like dry. He's got such a delivery. Him and I love Tom Papa, another one. He's so dry. He's so dry, his delivery, and he looks like he stepped out of 1950 with his like horn-rimmed glasses on. He's so funny. But they're the things that I like to watch. Sometimes I put a comedy on when I'm doing this, and I have YouTube on, and I need a break from the diamond painting. And, you know, I'm doing the diamond painting, I'm listening to diamond painting, and I'm like, you know what? I need a break. Let me listen to something funny. And my husband loves every kind of comedian there is, but I don't always like the sense of humor. But Nate Bargatze, I love him because he's a clean comedian, and he can be funny. Just, you know, talking about the ordinary things. There's no need for that language. Even though I'm not saying I can't, you know, be like a truck driver sometimes. I can, trust me. I'm Sicilian, so we're a fiery bunch. I'm Sicilian. I'm an Italian mother. Yep. What else is going on? Well, I was telling you guys that I was ready to pull out Foxy Lady. She was going to be my diamond painting today. And I was like, oh no, she's like my rainy day. She's my rainy day. Do you guys have a rainy day diamond painting that you pull out when it's like, yeah, I haven't worked on you for a while? But she's just my bundle of joy. And so it was supposed to be 70. It feels like it's like 30 outside right now. And it also is cold and damp. So I really could have taken her out, but I'm glad I'm glad I have a little work under my belt with Bud here, because I only want to take him out on a Sunday. And I was thinking, so I have Foxy Lady, she's my rainy day. I have Bud, he's my Sunday. I have Lilac that I want to finish in the next week because I have Crimson coming up in November the 17th. And then I have the Winter Fox that is my winter beauty. I can't even believe that I put her down, but I did. And then I have Night's Rest, which is my Muka. So I have 6 diamond paintings. Now they're not all going at the same time. Foxy Lady is, Lilac's almost finished. Crimson's coming up. The Winter Fox, Night's Rest. Oh, and Bud. Is that all of them? Or did I forget somebody? I feel like there's another one lurking in the background somewhere that I unboxed that I'm forgetting about. But, you know, here comes Diamond Art Club. I thought after that winter drop that they did, that was it. No, they keep going. They keep going. Oh, and something else. Let me put it on here because I took a picture for you guys. If you like Lilac and Crimson, I have never been a Halloween person. I think I said that before, but someone put RYKOVICH's from Dreamer Designs Bride of Frankenstein up. I didn't even see this. I didn't even see it. I have to because I'm part of the Dreamer Design group. Facebook group. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I have to ask the girl that put it up. It was her finish for Drills and Chills. When she got that, it is awesome. I'm going to put it down. So a lot of people are falling in love with KURTIS RYKOVICH's doll face canvas paintings. Now I just went to go look for Crimson, and I wanted to put her information up because I think if you go to Dreamer Designs right now there's a welcome 20 off code, and they're having a BOGO where you buy one and get one half off. And I have to say, their winter designs are fabulous. They came out with one with a bunch of dogs that are just like sitting on a hill and they're watching Santa Claus go over. They have another one which is like a winter cottage with the deers in the front. They have a fabulous snowman. They have a lot of really nice Christmas designs. That one that looks like you're in someone's living room with the fireplace and it's all white and shabby chic. That one, I can't get in there. I'll have to wait until I do the next section. That one is fabulous, and I think it has sold out, I think already like twice. But people are falling in love with KURTIS RYKOVICH's designs. Really sweet. Really sweet. But that Bride of Frankenstein, I'm like, that is so fabulous. I want to get that and put it away for next year. So there's that, and then there's Dreamer Design has a bunny rabbit with all the spring flowers around him. I'm like, that would be so fabulous for a spring and Easter coming up. But I'm like, oh, I have a lot of diamond paintings. And I went from, I'm not buying another diamond painting until one is finished. I went from that to having a stash. And it's really easy to do. I mean, there's such great artists out there. The girl that did the Winter Fox that I'm doing, that I got from Diamond Art Club, she just put some artwork up that Sylvia Strike. She just put some artwork up today on Instagram where she watercolors, and I'm like, I wonder if that's how she starts her designs. But they were fabulous. They were fabulous too. Come on, come off. Not coming off. See, that's the other thing too. Like I said, I think that this putty is just too strong for these delicate little drills at times. I found myself a piece of marble slate that I want to keep down here. And it has little feet on it that would be great for me for when I like mix my drills together to have something to work on, or when I need to roll out putty, or even like pack my putty in my, I like to pack it in like by pounding it down on a surface. Even when I put the wax in the tip, I like to pound it down first before I use it so I don't get the wax on the drill. It's coming down. Yeah. What the heck is going on here? What's going on? Oh, you're that color. It looked kind of weird being the only one there. And then I have a rubber stamp collection that I adore, and it's time for me to start making my handmade Christmas cards that I do. One of my favorite rubber stamp artists is Catherine Moore, who I actually got to meet. I mean, I was working at the ink pad, but she had moved out to Georgia. I was working at the ink pad in New York. But when I opened my cafe in New York, and I think she was visiting her son, she came in and had some pastry and coffee with her husband. She's a fabulous designer, and the name of her company is called Character Constructions. And she makes these beautiful dolls. And just like when we were kids, when you had paper dolls and you changed their dresses and hats and stuff, that's what her dolls are like. And she has, which I always use in the during the holiday season, she has a rubber stamp called Earth Angel, and that's what I do. I make a lot of Earth Angels. And you know, when you stamp out their little outfit and you're able to get creative with that, and you know, you could stamp it out on whatever kind of material that you like and decorate it any way you like. It's just like decorating. It's just like doing a gingerbread house where, you know, you put the gingerbread house together and you decorate it. But this is a paper doll. But like I said, you could stamp it on. Some of my paper dolls I've had for years because I stamp on like heavy paper. And then if you like doing that fussy cutting with scissors, but now everything has got a die to it, and most of her rubber stamps do. So you don't have to worry about fussy cutting things, unless you want to. But I love making those little dolls. Sometimes I make them just as tags for gifts. Sometimes I make them for my tree. Sometimes I make them and hang up in my window. They were definitely part of my decor when I had the cafe. They were like on little stands where they had little prices on them or specials that I put in their hands. But she's one of my favorite designers because I like, you know, just like my diamond painting, I kind of tend towards these little doll face girls to diamond paint. This is my first animal that I've ever painted. I've never done a landscape. And I'll tell you, Dreamer Designs has really enticed me into maybe getting a landscape, because a lot of their winter landscapes were just gorgeous, really pretty. Just so not me, but they're so pretty. It's like, how can you resist? And then I'm waiting for, it seems like Diamond Paint Shop is getting a lot of new designers. And Diamond Painting Shop with Rosa, it seems like she's getting a lot of new designs. I don't know that I've ever gotten a painting from any other designers other than Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Design, and Diamond Painting Shop. I don't know. Oh, the one thing that I love about these containers is like when you miss a spot, just pop it open, pull it out. And pop it in. There's another one that I missed. This is usually what I do towards the end. I go over all the places that I missed. I'm still trying to decide what to do for Thanksgiving, you guys. I think I offered to cook. But my husband doesn't like turkey. There's always one, right? And he wants to make like rack of lamb. And then my mom's rolling her eyes because like she's used to me doing a traditional Thanksgiving. And then my son too, he wants that, you know, he wants that turkey. So I think we're going to be having like a whole lot of food going on for like 4 people. Well, again, we're a small gang. I have a small gang here. My days of traveling and big families are in the past. Boom. It's me and my husband. I lost my dad, and then he lost his mom. And so that, you know, his dad was already gone. And his siblings are all over the place. My only brother is all over the place. And so we're a small gang. And my son just loves like big families. He loves that. So hopefully, you know, my husband didn't get married till he was 57. Confirmed bachelor, even though I've known him my whole life. We were only just friends, and you know, my son has never been, you know, the conventional type, like, you know, gonna, you know, be a certain age and I'll be married and I'll have my own house, and, you know, he's more the well, you know, I don't know if it's gonna happen, you know. If it does, it does. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. You know, Johnny was 57, you know. But I hope that he finds someone that, you know, shares that value of like what he likes to do. Big family. He likes the whole thing. Big family, cooking. You know, my son loves being in the kitchen. Like, he'll be right here with me cooking. He loves that. And I love that about him. You know, I taught him a lot of things growing up, like how to wash his own clothes, put your dishes in the dishwasher. But his love of cooking is just his love of cooking. He just loves to cook. Where are we going here? You're going here. See, they're moving too with this placer now. I'm getting a little... All right, come back here, you. It's back to you. I think it's just for me. Maybe I just don't like putty. You know, I love putty for when I'm going to hang stuff and all, but maybe I just can't work putty. I don't know. I got a lot done here, though, with you guys. and before my husband comes through the door too. I did a little video with him when I completed Summer with the Masters. And he's so interesting to talk to. We had such a great discussion about art and Van Gogh. And he actually lost a bet with me. And the bet was that if he lost, he had to diamond paint a block with me. He won't get far. But I thought it would be funny if I had him do some diamond painting with me. Wow, this is real. Oh, yeah, this is going to be... What is this going to be here? What section is this going on here? Is that just his cheek? That's really fabulous. I'm telling you. Probably... out of all my diamond paintings, this one I am so excited for because I'm just dying to see how these shapes, these mosaics that form this painting are going to unfold. I really am. And you know I can't wait to get to that eye. But I'm going to practice patience. I practice that doing my Mozart. I practiced that doing Ozark, watching Ozark, because I love Jason Bateman, and I knew that the series was going to end, and I just had to practice only watching one episode at a time, and it just ended. And I'm just like, first of all, I can't even believe that I watched a show like this because I don't like this sort of subject, but I love him, so... And it was very well done. The characters were so well written. Anyway, I don't know. How did I jump from that to this? I don't know. I'm all over the place. I need to have a cookie. You guys know me and my cookies. Oh, I was going to make an espresso at my little espresso bar over there and have a cookie. And my husband will walk in and I'll be like, oh my God, look at this is what she does all day. She sits on the couch and she eats cookies. Anyway. I love you guys, and I love spending this time with you, and I have to get Lilac out, and so maybe we'll do another whip and chat during the week with her, Miss Fabulous. I just got into her hair, and you know I can't wait to get my hands on that hair, and I got into it. It's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And what do I say? Create the world you want to live in, right? I'm doing it. I'm doing it with cookies. One track mind here. I'm doing it with cookies, and I'm doing it with you guys, and I'm doing it for you guys. So take care. I'll see you in the next one.